So what is going on, guys? I'm Black Ops Amazing. Welcome back to another video on the channel where we have just been shown the different editions of Black Ops 6 and some of the character skins that we're going to be getting with these different editions, because there are a couple of returning characters and a couple of new ones which could have an impact on the story side of the Zombies mode. And I say zombies specifically because even though it looks like you will also be able to get your hands on multiplayer skins as well, the Zombies ones are super interesting because of the implications they could have on the story, since we know the campaign, zombies and the MP are connected now. But anyway, credit to the person who I believe showed these first, Earthbound. You can check out his Twitter, I will link it down in the description. But so far, and I say that because I hope there's a fourth, but there will be 3 different editions of BO6 you can get your hands on. So the standard edition, the cross-gen bundle, and the Vault edition. So I believe if you pre-order the game, you will get your hands on 3 different versions of the Wood skin. So his OG Black Ops 1 style, and then 2 zombified versions, which look very cool. The one on the left looks more Rambo. The one on the right, he's got the numbers surrounding him and the red glowing eyes. But then in the Vault edition of the game, you get these 4 other ones. So on the left, I would assume those are multiplayer operators, different skins of ones that already exist. But then the 2 on the right you might recognize being Brutus, or is it, and Klaus. So all 4 of these ones you get in the Vault edition. The one I'm missing is a Prestige edition of the game, or a collector's edition, just how we had with Black Ops 4 with the mystery box, BO3 with the Juggernaut fridge, BO2 with the drone, Black Ops 1 with the RCXD. We didn't have one for Cold War. That was the only full tryout game that we didn't have a collector's edition for, so I really hope we do get one for BO6, because they're always amazing, they always sell out. I kind of have the feeling that tryout just won't do it this year, but fingers crossed for that. However, going back to the Vault edition, well, these 2 characters on the right we know are Brutus and Klaus. However, each of them, 1, shouldn't exist, and 2, don't look exactly like the last time we saw them. Brutus, for example, if you compare him to his older model that we saw in Black Ops 4 or even BO2, Mob of the Dead, there are some major differences. In fact, the only thing that's really the same are his eye colour and his suit and tie underneath. Everything else, his helmet, his body armor, even the badge which in Black Ops 6 says Prison Warden, well, his original badge read Alcatraz God. Also on this new Brutus's helmet, you can see the numbers 516. Again, you compare that to the old Brutus, he didn't have those numbers. The helmet is also a different style. This is more of a Riot Gear one, a more modern looking helmet, whereas his Black Ops 4 or BO2 model wore a kind of 1940s style helmet to fit the era that Mob of the Dead took place in. Brutus's body armor clearly isn't the same. I would describe this new one as being dressed in more modern gear, which looks a lot like what Riot Police would perhaps wear, whereas the Brutus that we know, his gear was much more old school. He had a spotlight on his chest. This new Brutus doesn't have any of that. The only resemblance is, just like the old Brutus, he is a prison warden. That is confirmed by his badge, and he has red eyes and his face kind of looks familiar. But besides from that, he's not wearing the same costume that we've always known Brutus to wear, which makes me question, is this actually Brutus, or is it a lookalike? Is it a random prison warden? And I can only say, because of these big differences, this can't be Brutus, but it is another zombified prison warden, this time wearing 90s gear, which is when Black Ops 6 is set. Also, I'm assuming these are characters that can be used in the zombies mode, even though we don't yet know that zombies is going to have operators. From the small snippet that we've seen and what we know of Activision and how much money operators bring in, more than likely operators will be returning in zombies, which would mean, although Treyarch or Activision definitely don't care, the storyline starts to unfold. That is, if this is Brutus, because his chapter died in Black Ops 4 with the end of the Ether storyline. In BO4 Zombies, this was his fate.
Mein Head! Where? When am I? The lab. Alcatraz. This is wunderbar! Let's investigate, shall we?
So Brutus was defeated by Richtof and Taki Unickel and Dempsey, and then at the end of BO4 everything was banished to the Dark Ether anyway. So if Brutus was to return, even as an operator in Black Ops 6 Zombies, because we are now in the Dark Ether story, it just wouldn't make sense seeing him come back, which is why I think this isn't him. And you can see when you just make the comparisons, it doesn't look exactly like him either, besides from wearing a more modern looking warden outfit. This must be a different prison warden, or maybe Croak don't care about the lore at all if you are able to play as him in Black Ops 6 Zombies, and this is Brutus just with a different skin. And then the other Zombies character you will notice behind him is Klaus. Now again, Klaus has an interesting story, because in Cold War Zombies in Mal de Toten, he sacrificed himself.
I suppose this is the real reason why I'm here. Oh well, it is important to feel needed. If you want me to survive, you could try doing something. I'll be the same.
Throwing decoy. Nice, well done.
In the ending cutscene, he picks up the nuclear warhead, walks into the Dark Ether portal, and detonates it, shutting down the rift, but at the same time, destroying himself as well. So Klaus either would have been blown to bits by the explosion, or would have become trapped in the Dark Ether. Now, that could explain why we're seeing him here, and if you look at him, he's not exactly the same. Whereas before he was 100% a robot that we know was built by Richtofen, well now he has kind of like human flesh on him. And in his center, a glowing purple light, which we can only assume is Ethereum. So my best guess would be, story-wise, is after Klaus blew up the nuclear warhead to shut down the Dark Ether rift, he became trapped within the Dark Ether, damaging himself in the process, and somewhere along the line between then, in the 80s and now in the 90s, got himself into this state. But how, I don't know. It almost looks like he's half human flesh and half robot. Did someone in the Dark Ether reconstruct him, or did he reconstruct himself and then has managed to escape? I would say, Trock, you've definitely got some explaining to do, but we've also seen Samantha Maxis as an operator when she's one of the main characters in Zombies. We all know operators are kind of messing up the zombie story, but still seeing these as skins for the Vault Edition, you have to admit is very cool. And even these zombified woods ones look great as well. I really hope we get a collector's edition. Nothing of the sorts has been leaked yet, but we'll just have to wait and see. So there we go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, drop a like rating. Make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest content on the channel. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, goodbye.